I am Emer O'Farrell.
Barry Moss.
Ken Mimi.
Elder Dominguez.
That's pretty sweet.
I'm Jan Kahn.
I'm Charles Sadagana.
I am Christopher Bencomo.
I do see her there.
I am Jim Vega.
Chris Pacheco.
Chotang B. Yang.
All right.
Timothy Cotman.
I am Antonio Petrosino.
My name is Brian Panish, and I'm a Fresno State top dog.
I never would have been able to achieve my goals without the support of my family and friends. They may not have known exactly what I was doing because I was the first in my family to pursue a professional career. But they knew that it was important to me, and that was enough. And they were always very supportive and encouraging.
In America, we are very successful, and we have a lot of luxury in where it came from. You barely have nothing. And I think that coming to America, the reason that I get a chance, when I get a chance to attend a high school and go to college, I want to go as far as I can.
In Italy, when I was a child, of course, at the time, about 10 years old when the Second World War started. It was very, very difficult for many of the people because of the ration and so on and so forth, And my mother, of course, she was the person that would give her shirt off the back. When I met my wife, she sort of took over exactly the things that my mother was doing, in helping people.
Coming from other country, actually 2 other continents, and come here to the United States, not speaking English. I started working in odd jobs and the dairies and ranches around the valley. It was still the dream for me to this great country, to be part of the life here in America.
I was the first in my family to graduate to go to college. It was literally my first time here, my first day at school, and never had been here other than to go through the admissions process. To say that it was overwhelming would be an understatement. It was impressive, larger than life, something that was at that point in time a little bit beyond me.
My sister took me at 3 years old to a radio show here in Fresno. I sang a song and I won the competition at 3. and so that got me interested, actually. I picked Fresno State because I found out they had a phenomenal speech department that had theater and all, television, radio, you name it. And so that's why I came to Fresno State.
I wanted to be the kind of lawyer that went to court that represented people. I wanted to represent the people, not the powerful. And I wanted to represent people that had stories that had been wronged, and they needed someone to stand up for them and to be their advocate.
We were on the very, very low end of the economic deal. I just looked around and decided that I just did not want to do that anymore. And the way to do it was get an education, to get a bachelor's degree almost in anything. I knew a couple of lawyers as I was growing up, and on the right side of the law, by the way. I could just see that they were really satisfied with what they did, and they made a difference. Needed to make a difference in my life, and I thought this was the way to do it.
I guess when I was a kid, it was I just played cops and robbers all the time. And I had when I was a kid, I had a ton of Legos, and half the city was police and the other half was bad guys. And I was my entire life, I played cops and robbers, and I just never stopped.
I was always interested in knowledge, and it really was a given from an early age that I would go into education. I am a very proud alumnus of the first cohort of the doctoral program in educational leadership here at Fresno State. For me, that program epitomizes what Fresno State stands for: excellence, commitment, and a desire to really make a difference here in the Valley.